Yeah, nothing gets the blood pumping like a good piece of music. Alright, so we're back here in the big, black, empty this has no names on it, so I may be the first to discover it. I did scan all of those planets and everything in there. We've come quite a distance from where we were yesterday. And I was giving it a lot of thought whether I wanted to do I don't know what all these bookmarks are anymore. I was working on Neutron Highway out here, but I don't think I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Neutron Highway seems to deviates quite a bit. All right, there's two things. I plotted out about 1,000 light years, and although it seems to be going the same way, the savings in jumps for about 1,000 light years isn't that much. So I plotted out 19 jumps out to this one. Alright, and this is 950 light years from where I started, which is just past my my goal right there, which is my waypoint. And it's 19 jumps. Regularly it's 33, 34, so the savings is 14, 15 jumps. Which sounds like a good savings, but we're fiddling a lot more with the galaxy map, back and forth. And even though I've saved a lot of time by doing the bookmarks, I spent over half an hour just putting in those 19 bookmarks. It's a lot of fiddling around on the PS4, typing in these names. It's a lot of work. And it just feels like there's a lot of time spent trying to get into the neutron star correctly, and doing all that stuff safely, and you know you're gonna blow it once or twice. Hi, David. There's just a lot of fiddling around with the whole neutron highway stuff. So even if you're saving, on jumps, I don't think the time saving is that great. It takes normally a little bit over a minute per jump. Like I can do one stretch of 1,000 light years in 34-ish jumps. I'm sure I could plug in a keyboard. It will probably make it faster. But I would still have to, you know, every time I would have to go. Oh, okay, not in there. Every time I would have to go in, and I would say, all right. Every time I had to go in, open the galaxy map, go down and find the first bookmark, which is this one. I'd have to plot a route to it. Alright, so that will take me to the first neutron star, right? And then once I get there, I had to do the thing in the neutron star, and then I had to pick the next one. And then select that one and jump to it. And then after that, it's back in here again, pick the next one, and so on and so on and so on. So there's a lot of there's just a lot of time spent waiting for the galaxy map to open, fiddling with the next bookmark, and it just feels like you're traveling way out of your way to get to something, and the savings The savings in jumps is there, but the saving in time is not. Plus the risks. So I don't think I'm gonna be using it extensively on this trip. Yes. If you wanna definitely, if your goal is to scan everything and make a lot of money, then yes. That is definitely the way to go. My objective here, though, is to get to Colonia as fast as possible. And for that, I don't think the savings in jumps currently is enough to do that, to make the neutron highway faster in time. There is hold on. Do you have advanced? Do I have an AFMU? What's an AFMU? I cannot. Oh, it didn't really seem like much of a time saver. There was too much fiddling around. I may save time on that later on. I don't know. One change since yesterday, and if I look down here, some of you may know what just happened. I gave in. I bought. Oh, yes, I do have one of those. I just didn't put together the acronym right away. I do have 3A. So I can repair along the way. But the significance of getting Horizons is that I can land along the way now, and I did. And as someone pointed out in chat yesterday, I was indeed the first to discover something. Which is really cool. But I'm not gonna stop and scan everything. So I did get a trophy yesterday for being the first to discover a planet. Actually, I got several. I sold all my discovery data. Was it at Eagle? I think it was at Eagle, whatever that one was called. Eagle's Landing, I think it is. I've been playing for a little bit over a month, I think. Probably more like 2, I guess. I haven't kept track of when I started. I started on the PC. I played there for a while. I got it on the PS4, so I kind of started over with that and using some of the things I've learned on the PC side. But I never gone exploring like this. I didn't get there on the PC yet. So on the PS4, I'm gonna do pretty much just exploring. At this point, the plan is to go to Colonia first, and then out to Sagittarius A, and then back to the bubble. It's gonna be like as kind of like as fast as possible, runs out to Colonia and then out to Sagittarius A, and then I'll probably spend time going from Sagittarius A and back home. I really should stop and do scans and get more data here. I made like 4 million credits already just on the scans I sold at Eagle Landing. So there's definitely money to be made from that. But again, this is more of a let's try and get there sort of thing. The extra bonus from scanning those new things wasn't really a whole lot. I'm guessing I would have made a lot more money if I had done more detailed scans. That's also going to change once I get out to Colonia. So out there in the newly colonized area out there, there are places where I can buy some new gear, so I can outfit my Asp Explorer a little bit better. So one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a bigger fuel scoop. I might get a bigger field maintenance unit. Probably in addition to the one I have. They don't weigh anything, so it's not gonna weigh any, weigh anything down. Then of course one of them can repair the other one to keep everything up and running. Don't really anticipate much damage through the regular jumping, but it is possible that along the way we'll do 1,000 light years on the neutron star highway just to get some of those scanned and but for a speedy run, This is definitely kind of fast. I think I also removed red dwarfs from my routing. So I'm sticking mostly to white, yellow, and blue stars. I haven't seen any blue. There are some blue-white ones, but we're not. It does take a different path than many others, so it is definitely possible that we could potentially run into a lot of undiscovered stars or systems.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into the power play. I have to sit down and read and see what they all do. It's not. No, I know I'm kind of throwing away money by not scanning all these things. But it isn't. It isn't. For me, it isn't about making the most money on everything I do. At least not right now. I do have like 25 million, which isn't a lot of money considering an anaconda is 150 million. So you know, I could definitely do a lot better on that. But right now, I just want to get there. And I'm gonna stop at this one because this looks like a nice white-blue star. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna scan and ping. And once the scan is done, we'll have a look at the system map. See, there's no name on this one. This one is, if I'm not mistaken, chances are this one will have my name on it once I sell that data. Aw, that's nice of you to say, Django. We're trying to be all nice human beings. So yeah, once I get to Colonia, I gonna, as I said, pick up a bigger fuel scoop, pick up a second advanced field repair unit or maintenance unit, whatever. And also, I'm missing the advanced surface scanner, I guess, which I need to do better mapping of. Better scans of planets. I did find a water world a little bit earlier, which was kind of cool. Wish I had a better scanner for that one. But live and learn. I wasn't actively looking for it when I was preparing for the exploration, and I didn't see it in any of the places that I went to get my other upgrades, so I just said whatever and moved on without it. Yeah, my dog is hearing something. Alright, so I have laid out bookmarks for waypoints between was it Eagle Landing and the next one along the line. I don't remember off the top of my head what that one was called. Sakaquava. I do not know who decided to print these names in light green on a white background, but we are headed towards Sakaquava Spaceport. Let's see, that is just a waypoint on the way, so there's at least another batch of waypoints to get there. I don't even think that flight assist on or off will make a difference in Super Cruise. And let's see, flight assist isn't an option on or off in Super Cruise, so it won't make a difference. And since I am almost always in Super Cruise, when going exploring like this, it won't make a difference. The only time it will make a difference is when I would be getting ready to dock or land. Yeah, well, you know what? It's my game, buddy, so I play it the way I want to. I have spent years playing with the Newtonian model in Elite 2, so I know how that works. And if I don't have to, I don't want to. Well, flight assist off is mostly beneficial in combat where you have better agility and turn rates and whatnot if you are good at it. But I see a little point in not having the flight computer. I mean, there's a reason I took it off the hot button or the context buttons here. I think it used to be on L1 or R1 or whatever before I made those changes. I don't have a need to turn it on or off, I should say. Not for what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're about halfway to the next waypoint. Stop at this one because this is a blue-white. This is a blue-white star. Ah, come on. Somebody already discovered that. Well, I shouldn't say discovered, but put their name on it. So I guess today's goal is really to get to the next outpost here. I don't think we're gonna get to Colonia today. Let's have a look and see. Alright, so I'm gonna guess he's somewhere in the bubble. So I'm 10,000 light years from the bubble, so that means I'm roughly right now about halfway to Colonia. And I have let's see, nope, buttons, Colonia is still a long ways away, 12,000 light years away, so we still have some ways to go. So it's gonna take looks like it's gonna take the weekend to get there. I'd like to see how much. I don't know how much I'm gonna get to play. I gotta play on the PC as well. Not I'm gonna stop at this one. All right. I'm gonna scan this one. I'm not scanning all of those 22. And come on. Scanning. System map. So there's no names on this one. It should be mine. That would be nice. I think I only got like 600 credits for some of these things that I scanned, which was really crappy. I'm like, why am I even wasting my time on this if all I get is an extra 600 credits? Well, no. You get the credits for the scan, and you get an extra 600 for being first, which really wasn't. I guess the thing is to get your name on there. I did not record the names of the ones that I came up first on. It tells you when you cash in. I did do screenshots on some of them, but not all of them. Some of them went by before I thought, hey, I should maybe record this. And then, of course, right now I figured out I should have just saved the last 60 minutes of gameplay on the PS4, which you can do with a button click. could have gone through and captured it all, but that moment is gone. Alright, we got a dozen jump left to the waypoint. I want to see if it can be even more restrictive. This is okay, the class F white star. I'm going to stop at this one and do a scan again. Oh, I need fuel too. It's really bright. What was I gonna say? Alright, so this one was already discovered. Alright, we need to get some fuel. I need to get some fuel. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was gonna see if we can filter out the K types as well. If I do that, let's see, then I got 12 jumps. And if I don't, then I have 11 jumps. So I guess because you're going over such a big distance, it can find a path skipping certain star classes. There really isn't much point in it. I just decided to skip out on the red dwarfs because they are very common, and I figure most other explorers have already just gone with them on. So I figure there's a bigger chance of being new, picking up some of these non-red dwarfs. Let's see. Maybe somebody had the same idea I did. just gonna speed through these last few jumps.
Fuel tube disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So back to the neutron star highway just a little bit. I know I said earlier on that there wasn't, I felt, a lot of time to save on the neutron star highway, and I should qualify that by saying that that might be specific to the PS4, because the galaxy map screen is very slow to load on here. And using the neutron star highway requires the use of the galaxy map with nearly every jump. That adds a lot of time to the whole process. Which is why the savings in number of jumps doesn't necessarily make up for the lost time. On the PC side, with a good PC, the galaxy map should load pretty quickly. If you're not if you haven't already gone through the process of setting up the bookmarks, then copying and pasting the star or the system names into the galaxy map, it should also be a lot faster than fiddling with the on-screen keyboard on the PS4. It may be possible to hook a keyboard up to the PS4 and thereby speeding up that process considerably, but you still have that unfortunate slow loading time on getting in and out of the galaxy map. So that is one of the reasons why I think, and I haven't measured this in time, and it's something we could definitely try, but it's very difficult to get a good measure unless you go over a certain distance. We could try it over 1,000 light years and see how fast it was one way versus the other. That would be probably enough of a distance to where one there would be enough enough zigs and zags in one way or the other to make up for you know, it not being exactly the same. But again, that's it's gonna be a lot of prep work to get that done. Which I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm might do something like that after, excuse me, after Sagittarius. Just because well, I'm not in a hurry, but I wanna try and speed things along to get there.
Frameshift drive charging.
I also gotta find out if there is an outpost somewhere close-ish to Sagittarius. Because I definitely don't wanna be able to dock somewhere and sell off all my stellar cartography before I go trying something stupid with the neutral highway. Also with a few more heat sinks, I would feel a little bit more comfortable. Alright, so we're almost at our waypoint. So yeah, I did rank up my Explorer up to Trailblazer as I sold off my stuff at Eagle Land. I think it was Eagle Landing, which was pretty cool. Unfortunately, there's no there's really no outfitting on any of these outposts. It's just basic repairs and refueling. Alright, so we're gonna jump in there. And then I'm gonna set our target on the next waypoint. I'm gonna stop when we get here. Alright, I had to go to the little commander's room. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that little break. Just gotta drink so much water. It's kind of crazy. Alright, we're gonna go in and get some fuel.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, that's a little close. I feel much better down in the 250 range. Alright, down here we should be able to keep the temperature down. Alright. Galaxy map. Next waypoint is number 10. It's about 950 light years this way, 945.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's 35 jumps. Got a full tank. And we're ready to go. Right, so I touched on that yesterday too, drinking water. Getting enough water is hard. It's so they're saying you should drink 2/3 of your body weight in pounds in ounces of water. Which means if you're 200 pounds, which is heavy, over 100 kilos, just around 100 kilos, multiplied by 2 and divided by 3 gives you 133 ounces of water per day. And I'm not saying that I'm 200 pounds or not. I'm just using that as an example. 133 ounces of water is still a lot of water. So a can of Coke is 12. Alright, so 10 cans of soda or 10 cans of canned water is 120 ounces, which is just about what you need for a 200-pound body. And I'm not suggesting you do it with soda, I'm suggesting you do it with water as much as possible. Luckily, any fluid counts, including tea and coffee.
Frameshift drive charging.
I just finished off another 16 ounces. And I finished off 8 ounces of coffee.
Fuel scooping.
So it's 9:04 Eastern Time, and I have finished a third of my liquid gold for the day. I guess that is not bad.
Frameshift drive
Just
charging.
need to make sure to keep it going. So that means I do have to take breaks every now and then. I can't do 4 or 5 hours of streaming without stopping to feed. Luckily today is a relatively cool day. Oh, holy moly! Check that out.
Fuel scooping.
Am I fuel scooping 2 stars at the same time? Nah, it doesn't matter. Holy.
Fuel scoop disengaged. That's a rare sight. Those 2 stars are really close. I'm gonna scan them and see what we got. And let's not fly between them again. That was not comfortable. And while it's scanning that one, I'm gonna do system map. I'm gonna see if somebody already scanned these. Maybe not. There's a third sun? That's the planet. Where's the third sun? Sometimes you just gotta stop and scan. Alright, so let's see here. No name. No name. And that's still unexplored. Stars you can usually scan from some distance away. That looks to be a small dwarf. Come on already. I just want to scan you. Alright. This is really weird. That's a red dwarf? That doesn't look red to me. Alright.
I wish there was a way of finding systems based on who discovered them, but I haven't discovered a way of doing that. EDDB doesn't seem to have it. ED Discovery doesn't seem to have it. EDSM doesn't seem to have it. So if you want to track what you discover, you're gonna have to do it yourself. So I'm kind of keeping my distance a little bit here. I couldn't get more gas or more fuel by going closer, but I want to keep that temperature down. We did take some damage earlier going through those stars. Don't care too much about any of that damage. It's minimal. Another pretty star. Scan that. It's pretty busy here. Lots of stuff we could discover. Wrong map. Validating has been here. Nothing anyone want to talk about in chat? And flight assist.
also looks to be a binary system with a bunch of planets.
Frameshift drive charging.
There was this thing I read a long time ago about stars. Stars don't like to be alone. I know it's a kind of funny way of putting it, but what it turns out is that a star is seldom by itself. There is very often something else
Frameshift drive charging.
There is very often something else orbiting the sun or the star. Whether it's another star or a system of planets, that seems to depend upon circumstance. But to find a solitary star is and I'm not just talking in the game, I'm talking in general. Finding a solitary star is fairly rare.
Frameshift drive charging.
You can see a lot of that here in the game too. There's a lot of the star systems that do have something else. It's either a binary system or a single star with planets. But I think we're seeing here too in the game some stuff that maybe isn't all that common. Ooh, sorry. We have a lot of like binary planetary systems. I don't know how common that would be. Whether it's two planets circling each other. And them, you know, them circling. Circling a star. I have to say I don't know if that is actually a thing or not. That's something that would be interesting to find out. Alright, so this is a binary system. And I'm gonna check out the map. Ken's cam has already found this one. I didn't check to see how far apart they were. star.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna make it back to the bubble in time for the grand day out expedition, unless I don't have a. I mean, I can't even take an expressway back to the bubble at this point because I'm docked somewhere else.
Fuel scooping.
Not that I wanted to. But even in the wake of a fatal accident out here, I still wouldn't be back in the bubble. So next weekend there is this grand tour out, I think, or grand day out
Frameshift drive charging.
event going on. It seems it's kind of loosely arranged. Basically, it is a bunch of players that have signed up for it, and they're gonna meet up at a certain location at a certain time next Saturday. So, days, I guess. And they've laid out. I haven't laid out a timetable because it's difficult to do that with everybody around the globe taking part, and people's jump ranges being different and all that stuff. So what it sounds like they want to do is they want to have a bunch of people meet up at the, like waypoint 1, and then leave it up to the players there to wing up as they please, and then they can all just follow along on the map for all the waypoints, and they can get there when they get there, how fast they want to get there, and just enjoy all the sights. My understanding is that some of the stuff is just a little bit out of the bubble. It includes some fabulous views. One of the places that I do recall was being on there. It was Beetlejuice, which is a giant red star. Which should be quite the view. I think it may also include some I don't remember, but it is the trip does touch by a lot of the good views that are in easy reach for most people, even those who have recently joined. Just gonna have, a little bit of jump range to get there, but I'm gonna sort that out. Sorry. I won't have time to go. I simply won't be back in the bubble in time for that. And I'll probably pop around some of those sites later on to have a look at it. I could either do it on the PC, just you know, at any time I wanted to, just to have a look. I haven't really made an effort to go and see some of these things. I think one of the things I wanted to do on the PC side now would be some of those ancient ruins and stuff. There's supposedly a lot of money to be made from that, so I could haul some ship around and check that out. Might even just buy a small ship and something with jump range and some armaments for protection to jump around with, rather than using some of the expensive rebuy ships.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, once you get into a little bit of money, you can kind of just buy like a throwaway ship almost. Do some of these things. If something happens, then, you know, losing a few thousand credits to rebuy that ship rather than, you know, millions of credits rebuying your big, heavily modified rig. Even this one now has a 1.2 million credit rebuy price. Which isn't too bad. It's definitely something. Should I lose it? Right, like now, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't hurt too badly money-wise. But on the PC side, the rebuy cost on my Explorer there is pretty hefty. As is the rebuy price on my Python. I think the rebuy price on my Python is like 4 million credits or something like that. So when I did lose it during the last community goal, because stupid cops. That really hurt. There is no, but officer, he flew into the path of my bullets. That doesn't work. Which is really a shame, because you're sitting there hammering your target with your multi-cannon, and then some, you know, police vessel just glides slowly in front of your ship, and then they destroy you because you shot at them. It's like, I didn't target you, sir. You flew into my bullets. So that's I guess that's a flaw in the AI. I would suspect an actual person would have reviewed where other ships were that was firing at the target, where they were located in relation to yourself, and whether it was safe for you to fly where you wanted to go based on weapons fire. But I guess the cops don't do that in the game. The NPCs aren't smart enough for that. I know I try to avoid flying into the path of their fire, and especially wingmates fire. There is nothing like getting hammered by modified laser beams or multi-cannons or whatnot. Shield has a crappy recovery rate as it is, so it doesn't need that kind of damage. So, yeah, after that happened twice, I was like, pretty sad. Exiting community goal with a net loss that day, but still have to go collect that money. I wonder how long that money stays there. Since I left the bubble before, before the Safe Haven community event ended on Thursday, I didn't get to cash that out yet, so hopefully it will still be around when I get back to the bubble. I still gotta cash it in on the PC side too. I just been I've been very into the PlayStation 4 version. Not really sure if there is any good reason for it. I'm maybe more used to playing video games on a console. Also, here I'm playing on a big screen, 42-inch TV, which I guess today isn't really big, but it is bigger than my TV monitor. It's bigger than my PC monitor. My PC monitor is 24 inches. So I have a little more space. I have a little more freedom in how I want to sit in front of this thing. For the PC, I had to be up on the sit up to the desk. I have a PC. I had my microphone over there. So I had to set up to the keyboard and the mouse and all that. It's not as comfortable a position as what I can do when I'm on the PS4. Fenwick has been here. There's a bunch of gas giants around. Ain't nobody got time for that.
View skipping.
Alright, so we're almost at the end of another 1,000 light years.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then we're gonna see what we got left. I really hope we can get to that outpost. I'm gonna try and stream until we do. Should probably check and see if this is the this is the last waypoint before we get to the base, the outpost. I'm gonna sit there safely, this safe distance. Check out the galaxy map. Alright, so currently we're heading here. And I think one of these should be numbered better. I think this is the D1434.
Fuel skipping complete.
Alright, so we got 626. Okay. Alright, so we should definitely get to the base. The base is here at Scoudi CHB D14-34. It's a population of 10,000. I'm gonna reroute directly for there from where we are rather than finishing up the last few jumps to the next waypoint, simply because we can. That did change our jumps from 10 to 22. But it's 22 jumps straight to the outpost. We'll fly over there, we'll land, sell off our cartography information. I'm gonna probably save the video clip on the PS4 side after I've sold all the stellar cartography, just so I can go back in and record the names of anything that has my name on it. I am probably never coming back to the middle systems. I just want it recorded. I might do screenshots. Probably do screenshots. That's gonna ruin the recording. Damn it. Screenshots. I'll do screenshots a little bit later.
So yeah, it should be another half an hour, so a little less maybe, before we get to our goal. It depends on how many stops I make to scan systems. Also gotta make sure we
Fuel scooping.
slow down a little every now and then to get a good fuel scoop out of this. We're still 10,000 light years away from Colonia, so it's gonna be some time until we can get that fuel scoop upgrade. Alright, this is a good scoop. Almost gonna get a full tank.
Fuel
Almost.
scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive
I'm
charging.
gonna wait a second. Class A blue white.
Frame shift
I'm
drive
gonna stop at
charging.
this one and scan it and see if we can't get our name on another blue white star. Oh, that's shiny. That is some filtering you got on the screen here in order to be able to be this close to a star and still look at it. And the wrong map. Alright, so no name on that one. Let's see how far apart these stars are. I'm gonna move a little bit. Yeah, I'm not getting that one. I will get these two though. Oh, those are binaries over there. There's two stars circling each other, circling that big blue one. And then there's this tiny little red dwarf over there, probably. All by itself, orbiting the blue star, white blue star.
Frame shift drive charging.
noticed something kind of cool. The other day, it may have been yesterday. I'll show it to you after I'm done scanning this one. Alexander Santos has scanned this already. Alright, so I'm gonna
Fuel scooping.
start the fuel scoop. And I'm gonna go outside now, and I'll see those 2, 4, 6, 12 lights, and now it's closing up. That's the fuel scoop, and that stays up until you're outside fuel scooping range, whether you're collecting or not. I just thought that was really cool. It looks really
Frameshift drive charging.
cool when it opens up. Or closes down, I mean. Slams shuts and then sinks into the ship. I'll just check and see what it looks like on the Python. It's probably going to be similar, but
4, 3,
also gotta check the visuals once I get a bigger fuel scoop, if there's going to be more of those light cells or whatever. There seem to be 2x6 on this one.
fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so this is another Class A starter coming out to another blue-white. I'm gonna stop at that one as well. Because I can.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I can scan it and see if we can get our name on it. Alright, there we go. Full stop. And we'll ping the system. 53 new objects. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time to scan all that. Alright, so there's a blue-white star. It's a binary system. Somebody else has been out here. Look at all this. Look at all these rings. So there it's opening up.
Fuel scooping.
I gotta be careful and not get too close here. And
Fuel scoop disengaged.
now it's full, and there it's closing up because we're outside of the range. And into the ship. Cool stuff. All the details they got into this, it's pretty amazing.
Frameshift drive charging.
What they don't have, as far as I can tell,
here. Oh, that's my holo. There's. Why is there no coffee? There's no coffee maker. Alright, I am not seeing any coffee maker in here. Am I able to... not really. Alright, gotta get out of here. Move on. Moving on. How can you spend all that time in a spaceship with no coffee? I forgot to check what the system is. I'm gonna slow down here a little bit and get some fuel. Alright, we gotta get more than that. Alright, 200 is good. Alright, so cool. Yeah, one stick for moving things around, the other stick for actually doing the ship. I got some scrapes on my paint again. It's not a crisis. There's a nice little cockpit. I'm not seeing any seat belts or any fastening mechanism. I'm a little concerned about safety here. Is he held in place in the chair with magnetics? Something, I don't know. What's holding him to the chair? I do not know what I just did. Oh, ship lights. I was gonna do that. There is, let's see, free cam. Okay, there's no movement here. Good afternoon, Hazard. Welcome to the stream. Trying to find my way out of here. There we go. We're on our way to Colonia, which is a long ways from home. Getting closer to one of those outposts along the way. They're spread out pretty far. They're pretty far apart, so it's a long way. Got 14 more jumps to the to the outpost. I'm gonna dock there and do some minor repairs and refuel. Sell off some stellar cartography. Let's see if you got any firsts on the way. No, it's not.
Frameshift drive charging.
I do miss the voice controls on here. It would be really handy to have. But I know that's not something that's built into the game, and there's no third parties that could easily integrate with that on the PS4. It would be really good to have. Alright, got about a dozen left. It's about 20 minutes, we should be there. Maybe 15. Alright, we got a shiny star. I'm gonna scan that. Nimdark got that one, damn it. And our destination is right on the other side. Alright, we're gonna do a very close pass here at max fuel. Alright. And then bow out.
I think we'll just zoom along the last few jumps here. And just get over there. See if you can get there by quarter past. Well, there is a lot of jumps to be done. Well, I did get a little hot, but not too bad.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we should definitely get there by quarter past. It's only 5 more jumps. When we get there, we gotta scan the nav beacon. Gotta find the right planet. Should be the first one. Then we gotta locate the outpost on the planet and land. I'm not sure if you're gonna get actually feed down by a quarter past, but it should at least be close.
Oh, it has another interesting binary system. Okay, I'm gonna... This is not nearly as close as the other binary system we saw. And I don't think we can get them both in the easily in the shot. All right. Would have to be lined up in a whole different way for that to happen. So I'm just gonna scan them, and we can check on the map. And see. Somebody else got that one before us. That's alright. Can't win them all, especially when we're getting close to these outposts. You'll probably see more systems scan around them because people stop here to stock up, and they might as well just scan around here a little bit and collect unscanned system, and then just go back to the outpost and sell it. So you probably expect to see that there's a fairly big bubble around the outpost that has already been scanned or claimed. Alright. It's this jump and one more and we'll be there. We can do the nav beacon. I expect there to be one. And then find the outpost, which is on a planet or a moon orbiting. Probably a gas giant. Alright, we're gonna go in for a big fuel scoop here. It's gonna get hot, but the more fuel I get here, the less fuel I have to buy. Let's see. Alright. So if I... no, too late.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so this is our destination. This is the outpost system. CHB D1434. I am looking for planet 1A, which would be, as I said, probably some sort of a moon orbiting a gas giant. Alright, we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna ping it. And Really? There's... Well, there's... Yeah, okay. But... Oh, there's the nav beacon. Alright, we're gonna head over to the nav beacon. Gonna scan that so we can get all the info on this system. There will be ships here. There's a bunch of resource extraction sites around here, and they are all of... There's a bunch of piracy going on too there, it seems. If I had been up for battle, this could have been interesting. Alright, so... Alright, I don't really have any interest in anything else. I am looking for... it's got a 1A and Sakakwawea spaceport. Sorry, I probably butchered that.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think I actually have I have 17,000 credits in unclaimed bounties with the Colonia Council. I might cash that in over here. So even with that stop, we did get here by a quarter past. And we're now just gonna find out where we need to dock, so we can sell all our useful data. Stuff is showing up in green, which I like. That means friendly. Not seeing any ships. I see there are some up there, but they're all clustered, so I'm not really seeing. I have not have any contact with anyone else for a few days. So I haven't run into any actual live people. So let's. I'm sorry, just gonna have a look. Look at these. Hazardous, high, high. So there's 2 high res right there. Inside of what? 3-4 light seconds of the spaceport. It's not the only downside is that it's planetary. It's not an actual satellite. But that might be coming. So we're gonna try and come in a little steep.
Orbital flight engaged.
Okay. Now the numbers are looking good. Things are lighting up a little bit. Still don't see the spaceport. Ah, there it is. We can ignore the impact warning. Alright, good lay, good glide. A little bit far out, but not too bad. I should be able to get in there. Alright, glide complete. Oh, we gotta slow the hell down.
Lakon, Lima Mike Hotel. We're pleased to have you with us. Enjoy your stay, Commander. Access authorized. Cleared for landing on pad 0.
Alright, we're docking.
You are approved for automated docking.
We are docking. Alright, I'm just gonna reset the
Landing gear deployed.
reset the internal PlayStation recording to start now. That way I won't have a full hour's worth of footage to look through to get the stuff that I'm looking for after I solve everything. Alright, so so here we are. Gonna refuel. Gonna repair. And ship integrity. And then... Okay, we got, what, 25.2 million credits? Let's see what we get. Uh, 1.7.
Incoming message.
Alright, congratulations. First to discover. See, the bonuses for these are really, really skimpy. Oh, and there's so many that it scrolls. Ah, look at this. Good thing we're recording. Alright. So that was one page, 1.7. Let's see, 25.2, we said 25.2. Selling another page. Another 2 million for that. More first discoveries. Only 3 on that page. Not a page, not a 2 million. A bunch of more firsts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, the bonuses aren't that great. Here's another million. For first discovery, I guess the biggest is just being first, getting your name on the thing. Bonus 0. Yeah, you get 0 for build clusters. I guess if you had the surface scanner, the advanced surface scanner, maybe you would have gotten more. Look at these, 8,000 for those. Alright, I lost count here. In some systems I did scan a lot of stuff. That's all I have to sell. These are too close. I can't sell them here. I'll have to sell them at the next one. So that is 300,000 credits short of 10 million. And we did get a message. Yeah. Hi Modi. Yes. Wow. Colonia really likes me. And promotes him to Pathfinder. And I'm gonna save that video clip. So I can actually go through and I can record at least the systems that I put my name on, even if it's not all of it. So now my Explorer rank is Pathfinder. I can't buy anything here. There's nothing here. All right. All right, I have to make another stop at the little commander's room. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so now I need my glasses because I'm going to switch over on the computer here a little bit. We're going to make our way from where we are. We are at this system. Colonia is still some ways away. We can check on that. Yeah, so we're 10,000 light years from Colonia, which puts us halfway there. The next the next outpost is Gagarin Gate, which is in this system, which is 3,018 light years away. That really sucks. Alright, couldn't it have been like one planet closer? Alright. Because now I gotta do 3018, I gotta do it in 4 waypoints of 754. Alright, so let's do that. 754 max jump. Alright, so we are here. We're gonna put in these as waypoints. I'm gonna go here and do import route. Alright, alright. So, galaxy map. So where are we? We are, we should start with 11. So the first one is Prua. Foe. BL. W. B32. Dash. 9. That's roughly 750 light years away. We're gonna bookmark that. I'm gonna fly down and find it. Alright, let's hope it remembers. 09-0 11. Alright, we'll try that. Okay. Next one is Kluku. NCR. B7-7. Sorry about the dog. There is a somebody walking their dog on the street in front of our house. So my dog has to express his displeasure over this infraction. All right. After Kluku, there's a Blua. Oh, jeez. Blua. Hip. We've had that one before. IO dash H. D10. 467. All right. I'm gonna bookmark that. Go into the bookmark tab. Find it. Edit it. Change the name 09.013 dash all right. Next one is Gru Hippu Quebec Lima Sulu Bravo 15 dash 1. All right, 09.014 dash done save. All right, the 400 I can delete the 4. That's part of the neutron star highway I was working on. All right, so we are starting there. We're gonna go down to 14 and then we're gonna jump to 106. So that's 3,000 light years. It's gonna be a few jumps. That's roughly 100 jumps in my ship. So we got all that set. Kind of ready to go. Everything is repaired, replenished, sold. Can I get rid of my bounty here? No. Then it is time to close that window. And get started. didn't select a destination, and I think that was kind of on purpose.
Ship is on the ground. Perform landing checklist.
Landing gear
We hope you
retracted.
enjoy your stay. Restraints released. Take care when exiting the port.
Alright, they don't like speeding. That's alright. I'll stop speeding until we're 4 clicks away. We've also gotten rid of the mass lock, so we can hit super cruise.
Frameshift drive charging.
I got the escape vector.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Huh. Takes a little while to get up to speed. All right. Galaxy map. We're gonna aim for our next waypoint, which is the Prua Fui BLW. 750 light years away. Let's see. I got no friends online right now. I'm short on friends anyways. But we are, as we found out, we are still about 10,000 light years from Colonia. We're 3,000 light years from the next outpost. And then there's only one more outpost between Gagarin and Colonia, and that's Polo Harbor. So that's probably going to be another 3,000, 3,500 light years right there. So we got a long ways to go still. I don't know how far we can get. It's it is a long ways. I'm gonna disconnect my controller, go wireless. Right, so we're gonna just pick up some basics here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, let's see. 27 jumps. Okay, 26 jumps. Let's do that. One less jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I forgot to check if I could fix my paint. I don't think I could. We're just gonna have to arrive at Colonia with some battle scars. There's not much we can do about that.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I really wish there was a way of of hooking the PS4 up to ED Discovery somehow. And I know that sounds kind of weird. Yeah, I know earlier I kept avoiding having my ship repainted. I think that was my Type 7. I kept repairing it and repairing it, but I never repainted it, so that, you know, I was down to 50% or whatever on the paint, you know, with all this stuff flaking off. It looks very real. I mean, who's gonna repaint their ship every other day anyways? So that is pretty cool. I like, again, the details in that. Let's see. Yes. Logging to ED Discovery. Now on the PC version, everything that Elite does gets put in log files, and ED Discovery is monitoring these log files and updating its own internal database based on those logs. Now, I don't think they're doing that on the PS4 version. It would simply fill up the PlayStation hard drive really fast. Which means I have to check now and see what the Elite is doing to my hard drive. Anyways, my point was this. And Project Cars also has a lot of additional data that it makes available for third-party applications. On the PlayStation 4, it is simply, if this is enabled, it is simply spewed out on a specific UDP port. Alright, so if you enable it, you select which of the 4 ports that are available for this to use, and then you can get like an app for your phone that will listen and pick up data on that UDP port, and will then display this as a second display for your game, and will show you all the data related to your driving and whatnot. So that could be an idea of how Elite on the consoles could make the same data available for third-party tools to pick up. Of course, it would require ED discovery to be able to pick that up and do something with it, as well as Frontier actually having to put in something to broadcast that data. Because that could enable console players to have the same level of immersion that PC players do. By being able to use ED discovery and maybe what's it called, ED market connector and other third-party apps. And it wouldn't even have to be that the third party would have to do the listening. Frontier could develop their own companion app that would take the logs over the network from the console and log it on the PC just the way they log it on the PC version. So then when you're playing on the console, you're still putting all the data via remote logging, basically. I mean, this is not new technology, remote logging onto a PC, and you get all that same information, and you can have ED discovery picking up those logs, and ED market connector and all that. But I know Frontier is really busy doing other stuff, so I don't know if they really want to get into that. But yeah, man, I mean, even something as simple as syslog, there was 2 suns right there. I saw them coming in.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So
Frameshift drive charging.
Major binary system. Actually, it's not binary. There's 3 of them there. So I re-added red dwarfs for the routing. Just to cut down. I did cut down 1 jump on our 750 light year trip here from 27 to 26. Which is, you know, another minute saved. But it probably means that most of the stars we'll see is gonna be red dwarfs.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's another red dwarf. There was an article I saw yesterday. That was brown dwarfs though. They were speculating on the number of brown dwarfs in our galaxy. Let me see if I can find that real fast. There we go. The Milky Way could have 100 billion brown dwarfs. Of course, here you want to avoid them. They're not scoopable. Because they are so abundant, it is very likely that you'll end up in a basically a brown dwarf highway to nowhere hell. And then you'd be royally screwed. I don't know if the fuel rats are available out here on the PS4. So if you end up in a brown star nightmare and not paying attention to your fuel, if anybody would be able to come and help you. I know there are a lot of fuel rats on the PC side. I don't know how many is on the PS4 side. Also, something I haven't looked into, if you have more than one fuel tank, can you have more than one fuel tank? And if you do, will they both be filled up by the fuel scoop?
Frameshift drive charging.
Interesting questions. Alright, so the answer to the question is, at least to begin with, yes, you can have more than one fuel tank.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Your main fuel tank is a part of the core, and you can get additional fuel tanks as your optional stuff.
Charging.
So I guess a fuel rat would have perhaps an extra tank, a fuel limpet controller and fuel limpet, so I need fuel tank, cargo, fuel tank, cargo, a limpet controller. That's all stuff you can fit in an ASP, so you could be out here doing rescues. That's another first.
Frameshift drive charging.
It is a little, I don't know, I mean there's a lot of stars out here, so I'm guessing with everybody going out this way, everybody having different jump ranges and selections on their routing restrictions and whatnot, so every now and then finding a star, even among this, which should be a prime highway between these two outposts, should be possible.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I have a feeling
Drive charging.
a lot of people probably using the neutron highways to get out here. I'm gonna slow down and do a big scoop here. I don't like getting down towards half tank. I just want to make sure I have enough fuel. Always. Unlike in my car. Although I never run out of gas,
Fuel scooping complete.
I don't seem to fill it up until it gets down towards almost empty.
Frameshift drive.
Alright, we got 10 jumps left to the end of this waypoint, or this section of the route. We could probably, at this point, just switch to the next waypoint and head in that direction. I mean, it wouldn't really make much difference. It's not like we have to follow these routes to the dots.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
So let's see. We might still be too far away from the next one. Oh, look at that, 997.46. That is like within 3 light years of maximum distance. Alright, we're switching over to that one. It's, like I said, there isn't any need to follow those routes to the dot. There's 35 jumps for the 1,000 light years. So we're setting out on a new adventure. So I don't know if we shaved the jump off this trip or not when doing this. And I'm not gonna take the time to find out. I just want to spend as little time as possible in the galaxy map. I'm gonna scan this one though. If I had a little bit better jump range, I would probably have restricted my route more. Alright, that's another first. The other sun is over there. Let's see if it's in within scan range. No, it is not. Alright. we're not gonna scan it. Real exploring takes a lot of time. If you're gonna scan everything you find, that's gonna take a lot of time. It will be like, you know, 15 minutes per system, probably. A lot of these systems have, you know, a dozen, 2 dozen, 4 dozen objects in them. And scanning all that, especially if you get this the surface scanner, I'm figuring that's going to take even longer to do the scan. Having to fly up real close to many of these bodies to scan them. It's going to take a lot of time. Especially if we're getting into some binary system where they're like 200,000, 300,000 light seconds apart. That's a long flight there. I should start doing more of the advanced stuff on the ED Discovery on the PC side. It looks like you can do some real cool stuff with the maps and tracking where you're going and all that stuff. Doesn't really have much use when you're just jumping around and back and forth in the bubble, but for stuff like this, definitely. Charting out everywhere you've been, everywhere you're going. Dive in a little bit and get a good scoop here. So let's see, we started on Wednesday. We jumped all yesterday and a good chunk of Wednesday, and we're halfway now, a little bit past halfway, so we still have a few days worth of work to do to get there. I'm probably gonna have to split it into 2 streams. I gotta stop for lunch and make sure everyone in the family is fed.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll see where it makes sense to stop. We may just stop the stream when we get to the waypoint up here. That should be in about half an hour, a little bit further. And then take a break. Get some food. More water.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
So yeah, when we get to Colonia, I'm gonna work a little bit on the ship and get it more uh,
Frameshift drive charging.
more into a explorer ship. It's still a little. There's too much combat stuff in this ship, so we can strip some of that off. To reduce the weight and have more equipment stuff that we need for deep space exploring. And then once we get back to the bubble, spend all our earnings on getting another ship, whether it will be another Asp Explorer or something else will greatly depend on
Fuel scoop disengaged.
what it is I want to do. But this one
Frameshift drive charging.
it's probably gonna keep this ship. Once I get it into like full-on explorer mode, just keep it as an explorer. Want to rename it. I keep thinking I should do that, but there's nowhere I can do that until I get to Colonia. So the ship is just going to be named Asp Explorer until a time when I can give it a real name. I have a few ideas. None of them are really explorer-like, but it's not really what it's about.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, I need to fuel up. I let it go too far. It's a little hot in here. I'll keep an eye on the temperature. We're gonna duck out a little bit.
a little cooler out here. It takes a little longer to fuel up, but alright, we're almost at full. I'm gonna swing by as close to get the rest.
Fuel scoop complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so there we go. Still got a ways to go until we get to the waypoint. I'm hoping to get there before noon. It's not like I got anywhere to go after that. It's raining outside, so I don't even want to take the dog out. The only good thing about the weather today is I don't have to have the AC on.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
This room, which I call my office, is where all the computer stuff is, as well as my spare PlayStation. It's the hottest room in the house. The air conditioning in here isn't very effective. And I can't have any fans on in here when I'm recording anything with audio, or microphone I should say, because it causes weird noise on the microphone.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so we're already 1/3 of the way to the next waypoint.
3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
Yeah, so this is just a long sequence of jumps. They're really there isn't much else. Every now and then there's a stop. Just to scan some of these stars. This looks to be a simple binary system. I wonder how far away that star is. It's too far away to scan. Let's see, system map.
Also previously scanned.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so how are we doing just in general here with regards to Colonia? I must be getting closer. Are we in 4-digit range yet? Under 10,000? Yeah, 9,453 light years to Colonia.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we still have let's see, 9,000 into 30. It's 300. Right, so we got about 300 jumps to go.
Fuel scooping.
Like 310. Somewhere around there.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, my poor triangle button on the controller here is gonna get worn out by the time we get to Sagittarius. I may have to buy a new controller. Alright, it's time for it's
Frameshift drive charging.
time for a deep fuel session again here. This red dwarf will do fine. We're gonna stop at this star and scan it. That is kind of odd. Isn't it? Alright, so it's another first. I would have expected that I would have been able to detect some of these with my passive scanner. I find it peculiar that I did not. Right, so we're gonna get in here where it's about 250. Did that. Target the next one. Keep an eye on the temperature. 250 should be fine. Just fill her up. Target is still around there a little bit, so we don't have to wait all the way until we're full, but again, this will go away once we get a bigger fuel scoop, which won't happen until Colonia. Alright, we're close enough. It's gonna fill up, and we got a full tank. And I didn't mean to do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I've been fairly good about paying attention on the way here. We have not had a single incident where we crashed into the sun. Today, haven't had to use a single heatsink to escape.
Frameshift drive charging.
To escape the heat of the sun. So that is at least something. And that is another thing we're gonna take care of out at Colonia is get another heatsink set up, so we'll have a few more we can we can use in the event we get stuck on a long trip. Alright, now it's a pretty crappy scoop.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll do a couple of slow passes.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll do a couple of slow passes to make sure we get enough fuel for the last few jumps up to the waypoint. Just make sure we're grabbing a good chunk of fuel for the next couple of stars. Couple of passes like that and we should be back up to full tank, and that should be enough to get us the last stretch. Alright, that was not really what we were looking for, but
Frameshift drive charging.
alright, so slow, deep scooping of this star should get us some fuel. Alright, you're gonna bring it down. $300. It's gonna get hot. Not too bad. Okay. I'm gonna to read that later.
Frameshift drive charging.
Somebody has noticed my live stream.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll see what that is all about later on.
Fuse scooping.
I don't know if you're watching right now. Whomever left that comment and or email and or both. I'll
Fuse scoop disengaged.
read your email and check out all that stuff once I'm done with the stream in about 9 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, I gotta do those at slow deep. Scan again here, scoop. $300. That's gonna get hot, but I can take a few more degrees. 76. Alright. Bail out.
Fuse scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so I see the viewer count is going up a little bit, so that's new viewers joining in here. I'm almost wrapping up for now. We are on our way to Colonia, which is 20,000 light years from our home, so to speak. And I am past the halfway mark. We got about 9,000 light years to go. So I'm not gonna get there today. Still got about what did I say? 300 jumps. 3 and 3 is 9. And 3 zeros, yeah. 30 light years per jump. 9,000 light years, that's roughly 300 jumps. And since things are not in a straight line, it's gonna be more than that. And since I'm not jumping 30 light years every time, it's gonna be more than that. So it's what, 300 minutes? That's 5 hours. I should be able to get there in 5 hours. I don't think I have 5 hours left today. I don't think I can do that. Um, I I've already done almost 4 hours. And another 5 would be extremely long. I haven't put up any subscriber goals or anything like that on. I haven't put up anything that says that if I get subscribers I'm gonna do this or that. I could definitely do a longer stream as some sort of a bonus or reward for a number of subscribers, but I need to reach at least 100 first before start doing anything like that. And I'm not religiously checking my subscriber count either, so I don't really know where we are right now. It could be anywhere between 50 and 70 at this point. I wouldn't know. Which is a very low number. It's definitely not PewDiePie numbers. The Milky Way is starting to look kind of interesting out here. $78? That's a lot more than I thought there was. I can almost see 100 on the horizon. Alright, we're 3 jumps away. We're 3 jumps away and we're still gonna just be in the middle of nowhere. Alright, this is the last jump for a little bit.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift
We're
drive
gonna jump in
charging.
here and hang out for a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna throttle down. There are no more. It did not throttle down. Okay. Right. There's no more waypoints. There's nobody here. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Fuel scooping complete.
Let's see. There's a lot of planets around here. Don't really care too much about that. Binary system. That's one shiny star. Yeah, later. I'm gonna wrap it up here for now. Just gonna scan this star and then move to a safe distance. And then I will pick it up, maybe pick it up in another stream later. I just need to eat and drink a little. Alright, I'd like to come to a near stop. I could jump out, but I don't care. So that's all for now. It's almost noon. I might be back in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. If you subscribe and check the little bell thing, you'll get notified when I'm online or when I go live. For those of you who don't, that's alright. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys later. But for right now, that's it. Alright, have a great day. Bye.